Today, how we process and pack your tea orders behind the scenes. It's not deja vu, it's time for an update. Hi everybody, this is Dimitri from Nannuoshan, where we share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea. I'm here today in the Nannuoshan studio slash warehouse, where we pack and prepare everything. And the last time I was here, I showed you how we process your orders behind the scenes a little bit. But a lot has changed since then. Nannuoshan has grown and developed, and we're continually adapting our process to try and deliver the most for the best to you, and as efficiently as possible at the same time. So today we're going to look at what has changed in our process, and basically what we do behind the scenes when you click order on a thing. So I'm going to sit down and get started at a average day of processing your orders. So the first thing I do when coming in the studio on an order packing day is generate a checklist that we're going to use later, and we'll explain later how that's used. The biggest change in the last year is automating the process of generating this checklist. So it's done now with a code, a script that's written by our in-house coder, Henning, to take information from our backend and convert it into a Word file that we can then use, which makes it really a lot easier. With just a couple clicks, the whole thing is finished and has some nice features, which we'll look at now. The content of the checklist is, in the first place, a breakdown of every order that we have, and all the products in that order grouped by type. So we have different quantities of teas, the 6-gram sample packages, 20 grams, 50 grams, 100 grams, some whole bings, or types of teaware, gaiwans, cups, and so forth. And there's a line for each of those grouped together on per order. Then there's also a marker for new customers, which is important because we want to do some special things to welcome our new customers. And there's also those of you who place an order of more than 50 euros in tea will get a free sample. And those samples are selected now automatically. The code runs through that customer's previous order history, including the samples that we've already sent them for free, and determines a new tea that they've never had before. So it's not, you don't only get a free extra sample, but it's guaranteed that it's something that's it'll be new and interesting for you, which is a lot better. And this is all done in the process of a blink of an eye, practically. Then we also mark those who will receive free vouchers. If you place an order of more than 100 euro or dollars respectively, you get a 10 euro or dollars voucher, and we also extend that to new customers as well. Just say thank you for putting your trust in us. And that's all here listed on the sheet in a row. And at the end also a list of all the shipping labels that we'll have to generate. We have occasionally a couple different shipping methods, so that's important. It's all broken down here for us. And then after generating this list through with the script, there are a couple extra tasks for that I have here that have to be done manually. First one we have is to remove all those free samples we mentioned from our inventory. So though that has to be done manually, can't quite be done automatically yet, but it's quite simple to do so. Second, we have all those vouchers. If you order 100 euro or dollars in tea, you get a 10 euro or dollar voucher. Those, we have to generate codes for those, also manually. Then we have emails. If you have a voucher or you're a new customer, you'll receive an email from us. Now, in order to not manually have to write up and send 50 emails or whatever, we do have a way of personalizing them. We have an Excel spreadsheet where we enter all the information, and including a text that we can customize. So we can write that and say something personal and keep our personal touch while also being a little bit efficient about it. And with a single click, then all of those emails can be sent. So that's quite nifty. Then the invoices that you get are also generated a little bit manually. There's a couple things that have to be done, also relatively painless. Lastly, we have a set of packing slips for each order that list all the products in the order, including a picture of the product, particularly of the teaware. For the next steps, we're going to go and pack these orders. So come over here with me. Over here, we have our packing table. One of the biggest changes since the last time was our quality check, our order check process. In the last video, we did this by messaging Gabriele literally in the middle of the night to double check that everything that was supposed to be in the order was in the order, to have 4 eyes on it to make sure. We've revised that system so we don't have to rely on different time zone synchronizations, which is a big improvement. We still use the same kind of basic check, first of all, here that what we do before, which is to simply have 2 different boxes. Here I have a cardboard box called the shopping cart, which functions rather like a shopping cart. I go around and I collect all the products, I put them in here, and then I have a second box here that I can put them in one by one and make sure that I don't miscount or miss something that's supposed to be in there. That makes it a lot easier. So as soon as all the preparations be done, I've generated the checklist, the packing slips, start doing the orders. I begin with the shopping cart here and an iPad here, which accesses both of those lists that we saw before. So here, you can open it up. We have here, this is the first order of the day. And here I have a packing slip that I can check off as I'm going around collecting the products. So I'm going to do that now for this first order. Well, that was easy enough. That was a very small order in this case. We have a lot of larger ones, but it'll provide a good enough example for this time. So I've arrived back here with all the products that I need, and now we're going to double check that they are indeed the correct ones before proceeding further. So here I have my checklist that I made earlier. So we had the packing list, and now I'm switching over to the checklist, which double checks that the number of products is correct. So, and as we said, that's broken down by type. So for example, here in this example, I have 2 samples of 6 grams. So I see also here that there are 2 6-gram samples on my checklist. So I write in the number 2 to confirm. And then I put them in this check cart here. That ensures that there's, for example, 20-gram and 50-gram packages, sometimes very, very similar in size, aren't switched. Add a double check step to the process without needing necessarily someone to wake someone else up in the middle of the night. Here's a special package I have that it's for our little tea class that we'll be doing. There's one of those goes in here, and I'm finished in this case. If I had teaware, garbage or something that aren't previously checked and wrapped, I would double check that here, that the teaware is in good condition, no cracks or anything, and wrap it here before putting it in, or briefly here before putting it in the check cart. Otherwise, nothing really touches the table here. Then here's a box. I've already prepared it ahead of time. And I put everything directly from the check cart into the box with any additional packing material that's needed. Sometimes we put a bit of paper or these corn-based packing chips that we now use. And that's it for packaging. And of course I close it up. The only thing that's needed now is to generate the shipping labels. Of course, in between, on a normal day, I'll go around and do all of the orders at once. At the end, I have a list here of shipping labels. We ship in a few different methods, and this will also check to make sure that the right packages are sent with using the right method. We do those also in batches online. It has to be done a little bit manually, but only in a few clicks, and then we're finished. We stick them all on. The amount of packages for the day is done. That's pretty much our whole process now. It's a lot more streamlined, a lot more automated, with some fairly robust checks so that we don't have very many errors, and seems to be working well, though we're continuously improving it. It's not the only code that we use, the only script to use for automation. For example, the different, for restocking, the different labels that we have here. There's another script that runs through all of our inventory on our backend and sees what really needs to be packed next, generates a list with the amount of each size to be packed, and also generates a template with all of the labels. So we have also less wastage in a few extra labels that we don't really need at the moment. So the exact number is prepared. That's some of the improvements that we've made. I hope you've found it interesting. If you ordered from us to see a little bit back end, we might change this process again very soon. Maybe in the next couple of days there'll be already some little improvements to be made. But I hope it gives you a nice little glimpse into how we do things and how your tea is delivered to you. All right, thanks for watching. And if you like what you've seen, give us a like and subscribe. And we'll see you in a future video. Thanks and bye-bye.